Hello and welcome back to Bigfoot Lake. Tonight we take a look at a story from Abenaki tribal lore. And this story is called The Three Hunters and the Bear. Before we get into the story, I just want to open up with a bit of an introduction. So with that being said, let's dive into tonight's story. On clear nights, look into the northern sky to find the Big Dipper. This is one of the most obvious constellations of the sky. 4 stars form the rectangular bowl of the Dipper, and 3 more extend out to become the handle. Very close to the middle star in the handle is a small dim star called Alcor, which along with its companion, Mizar, is a good test of eyesight. The 2 end stars of the bowl, Merak and Dubhe, are called the pointer stars because a line through them points to the North Star, Polaris. The Abenaki call the North Star by another name, Skahogan Naspinki, which means the house post of heaven. In Abenaki sky lore, the Big Dipper is seen as a bear being chased by 3 hunters. The 4 stars of the rectangle are the bear, and the 3 stars of the handle are the hunters. The dim star at the side of the middle hunter is seen to be a little dog called Bright Teeth. If you keep watch on the northern sky, you will see that these stars circle around the sky and never cease their movement. These 3 hunters and their dog will chase that bear for the rest of creation time and never reach him, no matter how hungry they get and how fast they run. It is because of great medicine used long ago that this is so. So with that introduction, this is the story of the 3 hunters and the bear. There was an autumn long ago when the weather turned bad early in the season. Cold and wet was the weather, and great storms broke suddenly. There was no warning. Not even the Medulanoic, the shamans, saw this coming. Then it happened that 3 Ottawa hunters and their little dog appeared at the western village of Odanak. They were cold and tired from the bad weather. They were hungry because of bad luck. Now these Ottawa are Algonquins and old friends of our people, and they were welcome to the village. In those days, the Abenakis had very much of everything, so any occasion could become a feast. The headmen sent runners around the village who called out, "All those who hear our voices, listen! A great feast there will be. Rejoice and come to the big house to have a good time." And so it was. The people's house was cleaned, and the headmen lit the fires. A great feast was prepared. Long into the night everyone feasted. They ate moose and deer, turkey and salmon. They ate corn, squash, and beans. They ate blueberries and the cranberries sweetened with maple. Long into the night they feasted and told stories. They sang songs about the spirits and heroes and hunters. Then, after celebrating and giving thanks, everyone was tired. The village began to grow quiet as the people went to sleep. These 3 Ottawa and their little dog were brought to a house at the edge of the village where they would find peace and sleep. Now, everyone went to sleep except these 3 Ottawa and their dog, Bright Teeth. They lay awake thinking about their favorite kind of meat. You see, these Ottawa like the meat of bears most. There was none of it in this feast because the Abenaki would never hunt bears. We suffer the bears to play along us without harm. Bears are our brothers and sisters and showed us our way of life. It was a great bear wizard that led us to our land. These 3 hunters decided that they would like some bear meat, that this was the only thing that could satisfy them. So while the village slept, they quietly went out of the house and went off into the hills nearby to look for the den where our brother the bear sleeps. When they found the den, the youngest hunter made a torch of twigs and sticks. He went into the den, waving this flaming torch before him. Poor bear was frightened out into the open, where he ran howling at these three hunters, and Bright Teeth close behind. The bear ran to the east, but the hunters closed in on him. He turned to the south, with the little dog nipping at his heels. He ran to the west, where the oldest hunter shot an arrow into him. Now our brother, the bear, is hurt badly and begins to bleed. He runs howling to the north, with those hunters and their dog close behind. The headmen of the village hear the howling and commotion and look to see what is happening to the bear. They see that he is in great danger, and they take pity. Then they bring out the shamans and bid them to make medicine and save the bear, who is a brother to our people. So it is that these shamans, these Medalino, make very strong medicine indeed. They beat their drums and everything obeys. They sing a powerful old song. We sing on the road of the bear, the road of the great bear. Among us are three hunters who follow the bear. There never was a time when they were not hunting. We look upon the bear. This is a song of the bear. So great was the song that it lifted the bear right off the ground to escape in the northern sky. From there, the blood from his wounds dripped down on the leaves of the maple and the sumac. So it is that the leaves of those trees still turn red with the blood of our brother when autumn comes to the lands of the Abenaki. Very strong was the medicine in those times, long ago, so that those hunters and their dog were lifted off the ground as well. They ran into the sky without knowing until the oldest hunter looked down and saw the earth far below. He said, "Enough, we must go back." But the medicine was too strong, and they had gone much too far into the sky. They cannot return. Those hunters and their dog chased behind that bear round and round the sky for all time, yet still to come. And they will never catch him, no matter how fast they run. They will never catch him, no matter how hungry they may be. Now you can look for the bear and the hunters in the northern sky, and understand their restless movement. And I have told you the meaning of the words in the great song of the great bear. Among us are three hunters who follow the bear. There was never a time when they were not hunting. So that concludes our story for tonight from Abenaki lore. So maybe the next time you look into the clear sky and you see that Big Dipper, you can think about those three hunters chasing that bear, and they'll never catch him. So hope you enjoyed, and have a great night.